Welcome back. Well, nothing much to incrementally talk about except for the fact that Yes Bank continues to be the top loser on the Nifty, down around 6% odd. We have Sun Pharma, which is at the low point of the day, down 3% odd as well. Remember that there was an incremental pledge of around 68.3 lakh shares or thereabout, which was announced, which was done by the promoters as of June 24th. So that was announced last evening. So maybe that is actually weighing on the stock at this point in time. But let's focus on some news then. The NCLAT is set to hear the Jaypee Infra case today. Ritu joins in with all of the details on this. Ritu.
Well, it's not a very good picture for Jaypee Infratech, where, as we have been reporting, the lenders have already rejected NBCC's resolution plan for the company. And now we're also given to understand that NBCC may itself back out of acquiring Jaypee Infratech, is what we've been given to understand. But today is an important day. The voting results have not yet been made public or disclosed. And the insolvency professional will present the results of the voting on NBCC's plan to the NCLAT today, as per the NCLAT's orders, which, remember, had allowed the lenders to vote on the plan but to not finalize the rejection unless the court had directed so. Do remember, lenders alone form over 40% of the consortium, and without their vote, it was difficult for NBCC to muster that 66% mark that is required for any resolution plan to be passed. Now, will the bankers, will the court allow the bankers to consider other bidders like the Adani Group or even Jaypee's promoters' offers? That is something that remains to be seen. But it will be an important hearing today where, the IRP will disclose the outcome of the last Committee of Creditors meeting on NBCC's resolution plan, which, as we have been reporting, is understood to have been rejected.
Okay, Ritu, thanks very much for that. I mean, the market's down 32 odd points, so there is no real, there's a bit of a bounce, 10-15 points, but that's about it. There are some flashes at the bottom of the screen, and this is important for Yes Bank. Radius developers have sent a comment in, and they've responded to our questions. They're telling us that they've made the payment of about 30 crores as interest on the 29th of June to Yes Bank. And they also say that don't have any interest payment due to Yes Bank as of now. So that is market sensitive information which is coming in. There were some reports which had suggested that Radius has actually defaulted on loans on dues. And Radius is responding that they don't have any interest payment due to Yes Bank as of now. So that is information which is coming in. Ekta, with regards to Yes Bank, I remember when they had announced as part of the quarterly release, they had put out that watch list of over 10,000 odd crores. I think they had essentially mentioned that this includes, ILNFS and a couple of others. But there were also, I think, 2 real estate developers, which was part of what they described as their watch list. And they had actually, at that point, they indicated that they had provided some, I mean, maybe not all, but maybe 50% of the exposure to those developers. They'd made provisioning in that regard. So, but we'll need to check with Yes Bank specifically what the situation is. But from Radius now, we are hearing that they've made the payment of about 30 crores as interest on the 29th of June. They don't have anything due to Yes Bank as of now. So, stocks, I think, moving up and recovering just a little bit. 5.5 lower at about 103.5.
Okay, well, yes, the news was that Yes Bank, Radius has in fact defaulted on a loan worth around 1,200 odd crores. So that was the reason why Yes Bank was under pressure. But like you can see, it's recovering a little bit, but we need more clarity from the bank itself. In fact, we do have Sonal, who has been in touch with the Radius management, and she's joining in to give us more details about her conversation there. Sonal, over to you.
Well, thanks a lot for that, Ekta. And yes, as you rightly pointed out, Radius spokesperson, they spoke to me and they said that they had already made the payment of interest dues to Yes Bank around 30 crores back on Saturday itself. In the report, it suggests, the report that we had been referring to, it suggested that they will be making the payment by 5th of July, but they've already gone ahead and made the payment, and there are no further pending dues as far as the interest payments are concerned to Yes Bank as of now. And they also said that they do have loans amounting to around 1,200 to 1,300 crores to Yes Bank, but in immediate future, they do not have any further dues pending. In fact, they were quite surprised about the fact that despite further clarifications, the report has been put ahead, and they say that they have enough liquidity as of now to make further interest payments as well. Back to you.
Okay, so important clarification coming in, saying that they have enough liquidity as of now to make further interest payments as well. So that's an important clarification. Stock, like you can see, for Yes Bank is recovering a tad bit. It had fallen to levels of around 101 on an intraday basis. So there is a little bit of an uptick that you're seeing on that particular stock. But any more details?
Nothing yet, but as you said, that there is a bit of a bounce which is coming through. We'll sort of revisit this with more in just a bit. We hope to hear from Yes as well. On to a CNBC TV18 exclusive. Sources tell us the Aviation Ministry has prepared a 5-year plan and a list of high-impact decisions with regards to airports and the aviation ecosystem in the country. Anu Sharma is now joining in with what the Aviation Ministry is proposing. Remember, this would require approvals, but the plan has been formulated internally within the ministry. Anu is here with that. Anu.
Weeks after the Prime Minister held a meeting with secretaries of all ministries with regard to the 5-year plan, sources tell us that the Civil Aviation Ministry has charted a 5-year plan and formulated a list of impactful decisions. As per the document which has been reviewed by us, the Aviation Ministry aims to increase the share of Indian airlines in international traffic rights to 50% from the current level of 20%. Remember, Indian airlines have not fully utilized 80% of their capacity entitlements on overseas routes, while foreign carriers have been able to utilize their bilateral rights. So the attempt will be to improve the figures there. The plan also includes operationalization of 100 more airports in India, and in order to reduce the problems of pilot shortage, the vision document also talks about creating training capabilities in the country. Sources say that the ministry will also aim to enhance UDAN, which is the regional connectivity scheme, and also create an Indian global distribution system, which is a software that travel agencies use to sell airline tickets or book hotel rooms. Currently, the largest GDS providers are all foreign ones. The 5-year plan will also, aim to create a digital regulatory environment and encourage lease financing within India. Talking about the high-impact decisions, sources say that the divestment of Air India and privatization of 6 airports run by Airports Authority of India will be part of the impactful decisions or the high-impact decisions, the approvals for which have to be taken in the first 100 days.
Okay, all right. Thanks very much for that. Well, let's get talking about the technicals of the market now, considering that we have the Bank Nifty, which is still hovering at the low point of the day. Ashwini Gujral is with us now. Ashwini, over to you. I did hear you mention some certain levels on the Bank Nifty earlier in the day. What would your approach be towards the Bank Nifty at these levels, and in terms of specific banking stocks as well, say the likes of Yes Bank?
See, my sense is that 31,150 is a fairly strong support on Bank Nifty, and now that you have these denials of default are also coming through, my sense would be that there will be some amount of short covering, and there's a good chance that the market closes much better than right now, because chances are that a lot of long positions are out of the system, and 11,800 is that zone where the range should kind of hold on. So that way, my sense is that going into the close, we could see some buying come back both in Yes Bank, on the Bank Nifty, as well as other banks as well. Having said that, individual stocks, Marico is a buy with a stop of 372, target of 386. Pidilite is a buy with a stop of 1200, target of 1265. And Colgate Palmolive is a buy with a stop of 1135, target of 1175.
Ashwini, thanks very much. Appreciate you running us those trades and that advice. Okay, the markets, absolutely. Right there, 27, 28 points. A stock which has seen a bit of recovery naturally is Yes Bank, which is now down 5%. It was down about almost 7 at one point in time. So there is a bit of a bounce. We will take a very quick break here. Up next, we discuss what's happening in the commodities space. Manisha is going to be here, and what else? But oil is going to be the point of discussion. She'll be joined by Mriganka Jaypuriyar of S&P Global Platts. We're back with that.